Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today I am going to show you different kinds of lookups available in the Excel, and most famous ones are VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. So I will explain you each with an example so that you can understand what is the use of these lookups and how easily you can use it. And I will give you advantage over each one. So let's begin this one. So I have a sample data here. Like you can see that I have a table here, and what table contains a student ID and different subjects and a grade, and there's marks here secured by obtained by each student. And you can see that in this one there is no marks or anything, but you can see that the student ID, first name and last name here. So I will use this as to show you how to use the different lookups. For example, let's consider this a table in a different sheet or something. So I'm showing this one here so that I can show you in the same sheet. For example, in a situation you have a table like this in a different sheet. So you want to find the you have the student ID here, and I want to find the student name here, what is the marks in maths, science, language, and what is the grade. So my input is only student ID. So where I can find this data, I can find this data in this table. So it has student ID and different subjects marks and grade. So let's do with this VLOOKUP. Okay, so first thing I am going to find is student name from this table. Student name from this table. So it has the student name here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm started with Excel formula VLOOKUP, and VLOOKUP has needed 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. So we will use these parameters. So what you are going to look is, sorry, let me cancel this. I will expand this a little bit so that we know, and I will expand this column a little bit so that we can know VLOOKUP, and I am going to find this value in which table. First thing I need to find student name. So the lookup table array is completely this one. So I am going to look name here. So I'm trying to find the first name of the student. Okay, so I give the table name N2. So range, this table you can select like that, and you need to give the result column index. What is this one? So where is your first name is, so that column number, index number you need to give. So you selected this range, you selected 3 columns. So column index for this one is 2. So this is the 1, this is 2, this is 3. So you have 3 columns. So you need to return the value from the second column. So that's why I'm giving 2 here. And range lookup, you can give these 2 options. You need to do an exact match, so I'm giving false here. Okay, false, and close the bracket. So you can see that it brings S for, if I'm inputting S01, it brings S01, Emily, this one as the first name. Let's change this to first name so that there is no confusion. Okay, so I will insert one more column here for the last name. So copy this and copy back this, and I will change this as the last name. Okay, so in this case we find the first name from this column, and we need to find the last name. So the same formula, only difference is that instead of this column, instead of finding value from this column, we need to get the value from this column. So I will use same formula here. So I'm copying that formula, or we can start typing. It's not a big deal. VLOOKUP. But we are going to look up same thing, but table array is this one, and this case we returned the first column. In this case I am returning second column. Okay, third column. First this is first column, second column, and third column. So we are returning the value from the third column, and exact match false. So you return Emily Johnson for S01. And the same way you can do you can find the mark for the math, science, language, and grade. In this case the value is not here in this table, right? So you need to reference this table. So let's do that here, but key is same. So S01 is here too. So we look up. So what we are going to find, this one I am going to find, and instead of this table I am going to select this table as the lookup table. Okay, and which column you want to find here? You want to get the mass column, right? So 1, 2, this is the second column. So comma and second column from this, and just type a false and close. So you can see that it's returned for S01, it returned 85 from here. So and same way we can, I'm just copying for the science and just changing the column number. So science is column 3, language is 4, and grade is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm just copying this formula here. Okay, copied, so in this case because of copy I copied the same value, but we need to change the return column. So science is in column 3, so in this formula I am changing to 3, so it returns 92 here. So in this case language is in column D, so I returned I'm writing column number 4. Okay, 88 returned, and grade is in column 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to change this formula to 5. See, we got the result. So this value, these two values coming from this table, but these 3 values are coming from this table. So let's change the student ID here. Let's find what happens. So I am doing S002. So what it's returned? It returned from this table these 2 values, and these values are coming from this table. So how you can verify that? Just press function key F2. So you can know that this value is coming from this table, and it's highlighted here. So if you press the F2 here, function key F2, you can see that it's highlighted here. It's coming from this table. So the range is highlighted here, A to A20, A2, A2 to E20, E20. So this is the range. It's selected here. So in this way you can find the values here. Okay. So this is use of the VLOOKUP. Only disadvantage here is that always key values will be common. So if you have the key value here and here, it should match. So in this case, this and this is matching, right? S2 here, S2 here, this is matching. And VLOOKUP can only look from left to right. So your key should be the rightmost column, and the value should be after that. Value column should be after that. So for example, if you have this column in this position, you can't use VLOOKUP because it won't work that way. This way you can't specify like VLOOKUP this and this column. Okay, so that's why that's one of the disadvantages of the VLOOKUP. Hope you understand this this function. So I'm giving another example with VLOOKUP. Just take this one here. The same thing I'm copying to different sheet to give you a better idea. Okay. Or I'm going back to that sheet. This sheet is fine. So let's think this way. Let me create this sheet here. Okay, and copying this back here. What happens? You can see that it's automatically populated and copied. Why this one is not coming? Did you ever think about that? So just click. Oh, what happened? So its range is going down. See, when you're referencing each column, so for this one, the name coming correctly. When you copy this column to this one, and you copy this formula to this column, what happens? You can see that the range is going down relatively. So here it was O2 to Q20, O2 to Q20. So when it's copied here, it become O3 to Q21. So how we can fix this issue? Like you want to stay always this table. So in this case, we need to use the absolute reference. I mentioned the different type of references in the another video. You can watch them for that. So in this case, I need to be this always this stays here. This column should stays here. So I'm making some corrections here in this table. In the column, the row number, I'm putting a $sign here and here also. So in this way, what I am trying to say to Excel is that I mentioned in the other video, this we are saying Excel that you always fix the row like 2 and 20. Always wherever you are copying, this 2 and 20 should be fixed. You cannot change as a relative. So I enter this one and I copy this formula down. So you can see that now it's worked perfectly. So if you press F2 here, it always brings to right row range. It is not going down as a reference. You can see that. So in this way you can fix this value. So same way if I fix here too, so if I copy this to down, you can see that this value is not finding because this range is now specifying here. So S01 is not here, it's almost here. So let's fix this one too. And this one too. Okay, and then copy this all things. So in this way you can if it's a series of values, so zeros, change this to S07. So S007 is not here. I will change back to S07. I was playing with this, so I changed this value, so I am putting back that value so that it can bring the. So let's check what happens here. So here also same issue, right? When you're copying the formula, it don't keep that range there. So in this way, what you can do, you can fix this one with the dollar sign and this with the dollar sign. Okay, and copy this all the way. So in this way you will get the correct reference. So always refer to that range. Okay, so you need to fix this one. Same way, put dollar sign here. Same way here, dollar sign, and same way here as well. Put a dollar sign in front of the row so that the row will be fixed. Then copy this formula. Excellent. So wherever you press F2, you can see that the range is always referring right. So when you're copying the formula, we make sure you are following this one in this VLOOKUP. So okay guys, let's move ahead with XLOOKUP. HLOOKUP. What is difference VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP? Basically, HLOOKUP VLOOKUP always look in the vertical column, vertically lookup. So suppose you have a data something like this. Let's make this as a rows and this as a columns. How we can do that? I'll show you. So just copy. I'm copying this data here, and I'm copying here. But when you copy, before copying, right click and use this one, transpose. See, it changed to rows. So these all columns went to rows and this becomes columns. So suppose your data is like this. Let me put this back, move a little bit here so that we can see all together. Yeah, so if your data is like that and you want to look up something, for example grade of a student, then how we do that? Okay, so let's do VLOOKUP, sorry, HLOOKUP. Okay, so let me copy this one and copy only this one here so that I can use of this table for this example. So I'm just moving this here. Okay, don't worry, delete this. I'm emptying this one. No, leave it this here. So I have student ID. I want to get mass, but my data is like this. So in this case I am using what? Using HLOOKUP. And in this case my lookup data is this one. At where is my this is my range of table. Let's select this one, range of table, and I am returning mass value. Mass value is in which column, which row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows are here, and I am using second row and false. Let's see what it returns. It's returned 85. So S01 value is 85. Let's check S015 should be 95, right? Should be 95. Let's mark this here. So S015, sorry, 93, not 95, 93. It's returning correct value. So if your data is like that, you can use HLOOKUP. So HLOOKUP basically can lookups in horizontally. Okay, so and here instead of column you are referring the row. So here we referred column return value as a column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but here returning 1, 2, first row, second row, third row, fourth row, and fifth row. So this is the difference between the HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. So and the last thing is the XLOOKUP. Suppose your data here, let's change this one. I'm removing this data. Let's remove this one or copy this one to another sheet. I'm copying to another sheet. Make not this one, this one. I copied this data here so that we can work on the XLOOKUP. Okay, so I have same tables here. Okay, but here let's give an difference here. I'm moving this here. Okay, in this case my student ID is here, so I'm going to insert a column here, two columns here basically, insert, and these column names are student's first name and last name. So what I want to fill here, first name and last name from this table. So if it's a VLOOKUP, you can't find it. So because in this case your data is here. Okay, data is in the key data is in this column. You have the common data here, and here is here it is a last column, here is a first column. So in this case, so if you want to use the VLOOKUP, this data should be in this column. Then only you can return the first name is from the second column, third column, and second column and third column. So in this case, our the common field, common ID is in here first column, but in the lookup table it is last column. So in this case you can use XLOOKUP. Let's check this one. So XLOOKUP, same way we are referring the key column here. This is need to look up. What is the table range? This is the table range. Okay, and lookup value, lookup array. So you don't need to specify, sorry, XLOOKUP. What you are going to look, this one, and you are going to look this column. Okay, and what you going to return, you need a first name. So you only need to specify the return column here. Okay, and that's the return array. You can use if not found, but it's had optional functions. So I'm just removing this, marking this here. Sorry, do something wrong with. Let me start again. Going to XLOOKUP. This one I am going to look, and where I am going to look this one, but give a comma, type a comma, and I am going to return this column. Okay, and return. So you can have, it's a symbol. So you are specifying the what value need to look up, and where is our key column, where you are going to look. Doesn't matter it is a first column or last column, you can specify that, and you are going to return this column, right? So it's easy. So it doesn't matter that your key column is where, is last, first, or where. You can just specify which column you need to return. Just copy this one. Same issue will be there in this case. Let's do what? Let's do F2. See, it's a reference is going down, so we need to fix that. So I'm going to put dollar here, sign here, dollar sign here, and here, and here. Then copy this back one more time, then it will fix. So if you press F2 here, you can see that always referring to that two columns. Great. The same way you can find this value. So I'm just I'm not typing again, I'm just copying this again here. Okay, instead of this column I need to specify this column. Okay, that's only the difference. Here is the last name, last name we need. So this one is good. We are looking up this column, but this one, instead of S, we need to use T. So I am typing T here. You can also select, doesn't matter, I am typing in this case. So it's returned Emily Johnson. Then copy this formula back. Make sure that you are using that dollar sign in front of the row column, so that it can stay the reference same. So this is the use of the XLOOKUP. Like, doesn't matter your key column is, this is called key column, means ID column. So that's common factor in the two columns. No matter where it is, you can look up using XLOOKUP. For example, it is in the in between here. For example, if I move this to here, what happened? Excel didn't check for that, it automatically changed the reference. So you can see that our key column is here, so it's looking for the here and first name here. So that's the use of the, but in this case of the VLOOKUP, it's need to be VLOOKUP, it need to be the first column always. then you can specify second, third and fourth and so on. I hope you get the idea of XLOOKUP. And even this lookup I did in the same sheet, because I want to show you the data same time. That's why I don't want to switch back and forth same time. That's why I used the same sheet. But even if it is a different sheet, you can use this, you can refer the same thing. For example, I'm just using a single example here. I'm copying this one and a sheet let me go back here. I'm copying this value in the separate sheet, and here you want to find a first name. Okay, first name, and I'm just copying this formatting here and giving some borders so that it looks nice. Expanding this one and expanding this one. So this data we need to find is in this sheet. Okay, so we are using this table to find the first name. Okay, so in this case what we'll do, where is that data? Let's delete this one. Okay, where is this one? Okay, so I'm using XLOOKUP. You can use the VLOOKUP as well, but VLOOKUP in this case the column should be the first, so that's why I'm using XLOOKUP. But what you're going to look, this one, but my data is in the sheet. Which sheet? Sheet 6, I think. No, sheet 2. No, sheet 7. Yeah, sheet 7. Okay, I'm using this as the reference. Okay, you can see that it's Excel automatically added which sheet your data is. Before it was not there, so it's either it's checking the data from the sheet 7. And don't forget to put $sign here and comma, and which column you need to return, this column from this sheet. Okay, and close and press enter here. Now your formula is fixed, so it's looking up the value from the sheet 7. You can see that sheet 7 and looking this column and this column, looking into this column but returning column this. You can copy this one all the way down. Oh, wait, it's coming the 0. Yes, 0. Let's check what is the issue. 8, 12, 11. Let's go to sheet 7. 11 you have, it's not returning 0. That's strange. F2 S011 S011 is here. Why is coming 0? Let's find it. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake here. I didn't put. 1 second. Let me fix this formula. I didn't put $sign in between here. Return value. That's why. So let's put the $sign here and copy back this formula. Oh, it's fixed. See? It's very important when you're copying the range of formula. If you are using the one column, it's okay, but if you are copying that formula, make sure that you are fixing that range of rows. Good, guys. So in this case I used lookup from the other sheet. Even you can look up from the other Excel workbook. For example, let me show you. Don't save. Let's open a blank workbook. Okay, open blank work. I will put side by side. So this is my source Excel, and this is a new Excel sheet. So I have the same thing here. Okay, I copy, paste here, and I copying this heading here, copying this heading here. So nice. So you got you got column here, but your lookup data from the different table, different Excel sheet. So Excel, but only thing is that you need to open that Excel sheet and start typing XLOOKUP. Same thing, we are going to use this column as a lookup, but data we can use this one. Okay, I'm using this table, so I'm referring. When you point here, you can see that it's automatically adding. Before it was only sheet, now adding the Excel name as well. This is my I can see here, this is the financial sample Excel, financial sample.xls, and sheet 9 here it's hiding here. It's from the, let me expand this back. It's a sheet 9 here. See, it is in the sheet 9. So this Excel sheet, this Excel file, and referring to sheet 9, and further referring to column and row. So comma and return value, same thing from here, and close the bracket. So it did a good job. So it's look up from the other Excel and bring data here. So only thing is that whenever you are opening this table, this whenever you're opening this Excel sheet should exit, otherwise it will say that the linked Excel does not exist. And even if I change something here, this is a lookup, so I can change it here. You can see that when I change data here, it automatically look up and bring the data here. It's all connected, and the reference is already there. So this is the 3 ways of lookup, guys. VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. And I showed you different ways how we can use the XLOOKUP to find data from the different tables, and the different ways you can use this data. Hope this video helped you. I'm closing this chapter today. I will come up with another example and another subject, another topic in the Excel in the next video. See you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. See you. Bye.